Anybody else wish to address council on any other matter, would you please come forward? Oh, it's Central Mortgage Incorporation, no. Okay, no, come forward and then we'll deal with this. I should have my glasses on.
Good day, members of council. I have a couple questions for council. First off, as the leader of the Friends of the Cawthra Bush and Cawthra Ratepayers Groups, I have a question here, and I'll just pass these letters forward to members of council. Now, for years now, the City of Mississauga has lacked an environmental committee. It apparently has just vanished, whereas it used to exist as the Urban Forest Management Advisory Committee. And I've seen in the past there's been a tree advisory committee and an environmental advisory board, all of which have apparently disappeared. I would ask city staff to meet with me to discuss this and how it can be changed, as Mississauga deserves an environmental committee so that we may all enjoy the healthy benefits from one. And if you could get back to me on that, I would appreciate it. I have another item here, and I'll just pass the letters forward for it. A clear and present danger on our roadways that council needs to address by example. The City of Mississauga has been recognized as Canada's safest city more than once, a winner of the prestigious Crime Prevention Award, and a significant health and safety issue, often called a violent crime, that can affect almost any of Mississauga's 695,000 taxpayers and citizens, usually the young, appears to be getting worse. There is evidence that the risk to Mississaugans is increasing. It would be hypocritical for the members of council to continue to brag about how safe Mississauga is if it does not publicly commit to supporting the efforts being made by the very devoted group of mothers and ladies who make up the Mothers Against Drunk Driving. Much to my surprise, a review of the City of Mississauga's news releases for the past few years has no mention of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving campaigns or the City of Mississauga supporting them. Equally, a review of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving newsletters that go back to as far as 1991 have next to no mention of Mississauga in their national newsletter, and was in fact their home for their headquarters for some time. However, these same newsletters contain many accounts of how our neighboring cities like Toronto, Hamilton, and even small towns in Ontario have in some way stepped up to the plate to protect its citizens and work with the Mothers Against Drunk Drivers. Even the little old town of Oakville, the mayor has set up a special committee against impaired driving. His news release is included in the documentation. The members of City Council are being called upon to answer why they are missing out in action if they will undertake simple measures to set an example of leadership of all Mississaugans in this important issue that will save lives. Figures released by the Peel Police suggest that the number of drunk driving offenses has not greatly decreased over the years. In fact, it is said to be increasing. Ride checks are going down, but the number of impaired driving charges are staying somewhat the same. This also suggests the problem is getting worse and being covered up statistically. The City of Mississauga Council should show its commitment to eliminating impaired driving and other mishaps involving excessive alcohol consumption by its public support of the Mothers Against Drunk Driving's honorable goals. This council should show its moral and ethical leadership and invite the Mothers Against Drunk Driving to come and make a presentation to the City of Mississauga and how elected officials can get their communities involved and set an example. Mississauga's elected officials need to set a better example when it comes to drinking and driving. Chauffeurs should be used for events where there could be drinking. At this meeting, it would be a good time for any on the City Council who have in the past drunken and been impaired and ended up in, say, a ditch or a swamp, to publicly come clean about how they have changed their evil ways so that it will not happen again. knowing that much research is being done into the political history of Mississauga and these examples of behavior are being found. As the details will be made public in upcoming elections, it would be best for the transgressors to unburden their souls of this guilt and to apologize to Mississaugan voters rather than carry on with something which has become a shadowy joke for most Mississaugans, and that it is an honor to be written over, rode over by a certain glazed-eyed politician. Just because politicians are in the habit of getting away with something doesn't make it right, and it is hoped that is not the reason for the lack of support for the Mothers Against Drunk Driving. It would be a shame to see this actually come public in a very unfortunate traffic accident or loss of life.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Presentation.
Mayor Hazel McCallion, is there anyone who wishes to ask questions or make comments?
Sure. Anybody want a question? No? Thank you.
Can anyone offer an explanation why the Mother Against Drunk Driving campaigns don't get the support of the city of
Mississauga? Well, maybe if you could sit down, we will be glad to deal with it.
You're offering to sit down with me?
No, I didn't offer to sit down with you at all.
Your door's always open, so I was just thinking...
Oh, my doors are open at any time for reasonable people.
Oh, this is not a reasonable issue for you?
Oh, it's a reasonable issue. No question about it.
Good. So I can look forward to meeting with you?
Well, first of all, a motion to receive the two documents. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.
Okay, but are you going to sit down, make an appointment? We can talk about this or the other issue I brought?
Sorry, this will be referred to staff and to my staff, and I don't know whether I want to sit down and talk to you, Don. I really don't. Really don't.
Okay.
I think we can advise you that we have dealt with MADD, and I would ask, so if you could sit down, they'll be glad to speak.
Okay.
We don't want this to continue on. You've asked questions. We're going to give you the answers. Councillor Sato and Councillor...
And I'm hoping for something on the environment.
First of all, I want you to know I made a major donation for my mayor's golf tournament to MADD.
I won't mention.
Also, I attended the official opening of their office in Mississauga.
Okay.
Now, Councillor Sato and Councillor...
Thank you. Well, Madam Mayor, I think the allegations in the letter about the city not dealing with MADD are I guess, founded on lack of knowledge as to the involvement that MADD has on our Safe Driving Committee. Since the Safe Driving Committee was initiated, we have always had a representative from MADD on the committee. They have been very involved in the committee. They have been involved in every single program, in establishing the programs. Safe Driving Committee has done fundraising for MADD. As you know, we have brought in the boxes for their annual fundraising campaign, the ribbon campaign. We have established programs at the City of Mississauga. The Road Watch program was established in collaboration with MADD. Through Peel Regional Police and the RIDE program, they have worked very closely with MADD. We have gone on ride-alongs with MADD and the OPP during the RIDE program. The city as well, by providing the free transit, well, I guess we do it in collaboration with a sponsor on New Year's Eve. Excuse me, that is done in collaboration with MADD and Peel Regional Police. It is certainly one of the major components of the Safe Driving Committee, and as Council knows, we are presently working on a traffic safety book that is going to be distributed to every home in the City of Mississauga this year. And as a matter of fact, we have had several meetings. I have one this afternoon that we're getting down to the final stages of reviewing the copy and starting to work on